Okay, here we go. Lesson for today is Friday. Um, I want you to try problems 2, 14, and 30. These are straight from an AccuPlacer type test. So this is a nice indication of how you would score on these problems if you try them right away. Try problems 2, 14, and 30. I can give you about a minute and a half. Go. And here we go. All right, the first one, multiply these together. 2 times 3 is 6 times 4 is 24. And we have x to the third, x, and x is to make x to the fifth. And then we have y squared, and y squared is y to the fourth. So you're going to get letter J. N to the 7th to the 11th, we multiply n to the 77th. N to the 77th. And then if n to the x divided by n to the y is n squared. So for example, if you had n to the 9th over n to the 7th, that would be n squared. So what does that mean? That means if you take the two exponents and subtract them, you get 2. So letter G. If you subtract the exponents, you would get 2. That's what that problem's saying. All right, so this is a review of our operations with common bases. If you have a to the x times a to the y, what do you do to the exponents? So it's x plus y. Yeah. If you have a power to a power, you have a to the m times n. Power to power, you multiply. Multiply. And if you're dividing, what do you do to the exponents? S minus r. Good. So let's try some problems about that. Hi. I'll just set on my desk, and then right by my desk, there's also a packet of notes sitting right there. Example 1, 3x squared times 5x to the fifth. What do we got? Good. Number 2. 18x to the 8th, y to the 7th. You try 3 and 4 on your own. Go. Try 3 and 4 on your own. For number 3, I've got 14, a to the 6th, b to the 11th, c to the 5th. And for 4, I've got 30, s to the 12th, t to the 6th, and u to the 9th. We okay there? Did I make a mistake? Okay, what's different about number 5? Little parentheses. When we have multiplication and we have addition or subtraction in the middle, we use a property called distribution. We distribute the first term to each of the other two. We have 12 x to the 7th minus 24. And then we can subtract those and we get negative 12x. Nobody's going to stop me. Totally illegal, folks. Totally illegal. You can't do that. Okay. Yep. So 12x to the 7th minus 24x to the 6th, those are not like terms. So you can't add or subtract them. You can't add or subtract things that are not like terms. If it was 12x to the 7th minus 24x to the 7th, then it would be negative 12x to the 7th. But they're not like terms. Okay, can't do that. Try number 6 on your own. I've got 6x cubed y to the 12th minus 12x squared y to the 9th. We good? So then what makes number 7 different? What makes 7 different? Yeah, so I want to be clear that a lot of people will make this mistake. And if you just pause for a second and write x to the third times x to the third times x to the third times x to the third, that's what x to the third to the 4th power means. And hopefully at that point, it will convince you that it is x to the 12th. So a lot of people get a problem like number 8, and they wonder what they do with the 2. They say, do I take 2 and do I multiply it by 3, or do I take 2 to the 3rd power? What do I do with that 2? And you can see if you write it out 3 times, sure enough, you're going to have 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8, or 2 to the 3rd power. And then you have x squared to the 3rd power, which is x to the 6, y to the 15th. See if you could try 9 and 10 on your own. Try 9 and 10 on your own. Okay, you should get negative 3 to the 4th is 81. A to the 12th, B to the 4th, C to the 20th. Any question there? The number 10, you would have 16, C to the 6th, D to the 4th, E to the 8th. We're going to skip number 11, but we are going to look at number 12. What do I do first for number 12? You guys can do it. I think you're smart enough. I don't think we need it. I think we could get to our assignment more quickly. We got more time for Siddhartha then. So number 12, what do I do first? Yeah, I'm going to cube this guy right here. First, I'm going to cube that, and then I'm going to square that. So what is 2x to the 4th cubed? 8x to the 12th times 9x to the 10th. 72 x to the 22nd. Good. So sometimes you need to perform it in 2 steps. Flip it over. What's different about this one? You got some dividing, huh? So if you have x to the 6th over x to the 4th, what do? And you get x squared. A lot of times people wonder if I have 10 over 5, is that 5? No, you divide and you get 2. So we have 2 on the top. Do you have more x's on the top or on the bottom? Top, so you're going to be left with 1x on the top, more x's or y's on the bottom. So you have y to the 4th on the bottom. Number 3, 8 over 12. 2 over 3, very good. And x to the 6th, top or bottom? Y to the 5th. What's different about example 4? What do we do when we have a negative exponent? Move it to the top. So we have x to the 3rd times x to the 6th. X to the 9th. We'll do 2 more together. We're going to do example 5 and example 6. We're going to skip 7 and 8. But, this is where it gets a little bit involved. I'm just going to rewrite it and make the exponents positive. So I'm going to write 3 over 9. I'm going to drop the x to the 3rd down to the denominator along with the x squared. I'm going to move the y to the negative 4th down to the denominator. I'm going to move the y to the 5th to the numerator. And after I turn all the exponents so that they're positive, now I'm going to actually simplify. 3 over 9 gives me 1 over 3. Do I have any x's in the numerator? So I have x to the 5th in the denominator, y to the 1st in the numerator. Try example 6 on your own. This one's a little tricky. Try 6 on your own, and we'll go over it together and see what you... Before I do anything with moving things around, I'm first going to square the top, and I get 9x to the negative 4. And on the bottom, 2 to the 3rd is 8, x to the negative 15. So first I squared the top, I cubed the bottom. Now I'm going to move them. 9x to the 15th over 8x to the 4th, which is 9x to the 11th over 8. That's my final result. We good? All right, I'll get you assignment.